game. This is expected to be live here on 100.7 Highlands FM. It's the Bombers to your left and it's the other Boroughs to your right. And this promises to be a belter as we have a ball up inside the opening few moments here on Highlands FM. Of course, we're only broadcasting here just at the ground.
Family and friends football today.
Exactly. Not the first time. Or hopefully it will be the last time that we'll be able to do it this year. And as we have another ball up here, as there's a little bit of how you're going there in the middle of the ground. Players pulling each other off the ball. Umpire Matt Bonecci just going straight back into business as another pack forms. And a free kick's been paid by the umpire not in control, Shawnee.
Great work by the umpire then, just to stop things off, as it's Solberg that comes out for Riddell with the football. Kicks in towards forward, but it's a good work by Diggers Rest. Crimmins gave a handball across the back line. He's handballed into trouble though as Riddell gets some numbers back. Good work, Burrows just backed themselves into the play. Now they go out wide, and picking it up is Reese Hannon. Kick towards half-back. Fogarty's under it with the bright orange boots matching his jumper today. Couldn't take the mark. Riddell try and get some numbers at ground level, and once again we're going to have a secondary bounce. 50 metres out from the Riddell goal. We've played almost a minute in the opening quarter, Andy.
Yeah, here on Highlands FM, 100.7 here at the ground as the Bombers, they're looking to make a good press forward, a kick around the body there from Foreman up towards Ross. Bell about Robertson 25 metres out from goal. He goes on his left foot and gets a ripping goal in only the way that Pete Robertson can here on Highlands FM. We are 2 minutes gone, first term. Riddell 1 goal lead. The Boroughs yet to score on this exciting start, and Shawnee very, very physical in the opening few moments.
Yeah, it has been as I knock my microphone down, but great work by Robertson. Just the way that he trapped the footy that time. He kind of just got it on a bounce and put it under his wing. Sized it up, realised he's only about 30 metres out within distance, so snapped truly, and great start by the Bombers as they get their first goal for the day.
As umpire Chris Stead will go bang in proceedings here, and Bruno bangs it forward in the right direction there for the Bombers as Robertson almost shoveled it up, went out to the Boroughs as they bring the ball up towards the commentary wing. Hill and an opposition player battle away there for Diggers Rest. That was Kilty as Blady's taken over the boundary line. Penalised holding the ball. Free kick to the Boroughs, Shawnee.
Oh, I thought Steady might have been a bit hot on that one, but the free kick's going to be taken by Matty Crowell. Called to play on. Kicks up towards half forward. A lot of Bombers there. Flying from behind, there was Bruno. Didn't speak at all. In the end, there's a snap towards goal for Diggers Rest. Just offline in the end as Breen's shot just goes through. 4-1 behind. It's Diggers Rest, 1 behind, 1 point. Riddell 1 goal straight, 6. 3 minutes gone on the Highlands FM match of the day.
Here on 100.7 Highlands FM, at this very ground. We're excited to be in your company, and if things do change, we will keep everyone up to date as the ball comes up towards half forward. Kilty's taken the ground. Ball slips out towards the boundary line, and Bevan Green sees it out. That big Craig Thompson. We'll see a boundary throw around about 55 out from goal, and do believe, I think Scobes isn't in the country, Shawnee. We haven't seen the great man. Of course, for the Bombers, the last I heard he was in the US as the free kick's been awarded half forward here to the Boroughs there in Dylan Hannon.
So it's Hannon, kicks towards centre half forward. Pack flies once again. Riddell up with the spoil. This time they get the ball at ground level though. Kick to absolutely nobody though, and the mark's taken in the middle of the ground by Jeff Heritage.
He spots up a teammate there on the outer side. It's one of the Hannon boys. There's a couple out there today, Shawnee.
They all look alike too.
And, of course, we've got a reigning reserves best and fairest Scarborough medalist out there as he pumps the ball forward. But a free kick, I think, for a hold, and it'll go towards the great man, Lenny Clark, and showing good forward presence there, Shawnee.
Yeah, he is indeed. As we said before, he's head and shoulders above the rest of the Diggers Rest team when he ran out onto the ground. And he's going to have a shot from about 45 metres out here, Yandy, for what would be a pretty good start for Diggers Rest.
Well, he's fresh off a 6-goal bag, so let's see if he can keep up this fine touch to put his team in front. And the action is favoured to the right for the most of the day, and unfortunately he can't quite get the runs on the board there. It's a minor score.
So it'll be Riddell to bring the ball back into play through the agency of Timmy Hill. Of course, former Sunbury Lion who has joined the club for the first time this season. Goes short and finds Paul Salberg. So Salberg can now switch out to the coach's box side, look for Blade, but the kick just overcooked it a little bit, and the ball goes out of bounds about 55 metres around from the Diggers Rest goal.
Well, Blade is fresh off a 4-goal bag against Broadford, so he's playing a bit more in defence this afternoon here in the grand final replay. Interested to see how he adapts, especially after playing a good role last week, as the ball's shoveled out there towards Kilty. Sidesteps one, pumps the balls inside the forward 50. Cassin's hot all over this. He drops one he should have taken. 25 out from goal. Fortunately, he's got some support there in Hill. Just got the handball away, said the umpire. Ball about 45 metres out from goal. Ant Samet working hard in there. He's wrapped up straight away. Good pressure, and I think he's been awarded, although held on for too long, I think there, Shawnee.
Yeah, he has indeed. I'm really liking David Bruno's ruck work today. He's hitting the ball to advantage every time in the ruck contest for Riddell, and really, if he keeps doing that, it's going to get their on-ballers going, as I believe there's a 50-metre penalty thrown out of that one. Undy, you're the umpire. You can explain it to me.
I believe a bit of lip service was paid there, and a 50-metre penalty duly awarded, which will put Ant Samet on centre wing commentary side. It's Riddell 1 goal leading Diggers Rest 2 behind, 6 gone first term.
Mark taken by Brian Ruffle. He's high up in between on centre wing. The man calling for it short instead switches back in the middle of the ground where Bruno takes the mark uncontested. Can look up again, sees the Bombers coming through the corridor. Now the kick inside forward 50s to nobody at all. Taking the mark back there, strong mark at that, was Patrick Jackson.
We've loved his work here on Highlands FM in the past. A Hanging Rock Winery Highlands FM player of the days. He's looking to recover again there across half-back, switches across the outer side to a teammate who picks up, gathers well. Although the ball on the edge of the goal square taken through, that's Jeffrey Heritage. We'll see a minor score. Riddell 1-1-7 lead, Diggers Rest 2 behind, 7 gone first term.
Good signs for the Bombers so far with their forward pressure inside forward 50 as Riddell with a really nice kick out. Matty Kroll takes the mark at true centre half-back. Quickly swings around onto the right boot. Got a man all on his own. This is Harvey. Harvey can go towards half forward. The kick's a shocker though, and Jimmy Nolan just drops into the hole to take the uncontested mark.
Well, they kicked 5 goals in the interleague side last week, and now just drifting back. They've got plenty of tools to consider, the Bombers, including Joel Morris. I'm not sure if he's out there today, as Taylor looks to settle now through Blade across half-back. Brings the ball up towards the commentary side. Spots up the younger of the Taylor, and he's taken out of bounds there in Harry Taylor. We'll see a boundary throw in dead set centre wing, almost in front of our great mate Paul from Red Onion.
We will indeed as the ball on centre wing. It's Riddell 1-1. Diggers Rest 2 behinds. Thrown back in, didn't quite have the distance that the ruckman would think, so the Riddell runners get the advantage. Blade, little 1-2 now, nice give towards Solberg as he goes towards half forward, just couldn't quite take the grab that time in some clean dukes, was Jeremy Croys, and the ball falls out of bounds for a boundary throw in about 65 metres around from the Bombers' goal.
And of course, there's plenty of great games going on around the region, including the big one between the Storm and the Doggies at the Gardner Reserve. We'll keep you up to date with that as the day progresses in the Bendigo Football Netball League.
I don't know that.
Stevie Milne playing over there, Shawnee. Big game over there, almost bigger than this one, as Ethan Foreman takes a really good contested mark here on centre wing. Looks to spot up, that's a Harry Taylor, dispossessed straight away. Tim Hill fighting over this one like it's seagull over a leftover sandwich, with a bit of ham in there as well, and a free kick's been awarded to the Burrows here on centre wing.
So it's going to be Brandon Kilty that'll take the ball on centre wing. Again, another pair of shiny bright orange boots. Goes towards centre half forward. Clark's there. Couldn't really bend over though. Karras does. Gets down on hands and knees and farms a handball out. Nice little kick along the boundary line, but only finds Brad Sluggett for Diggers Rest, who runs the gauntlet, kicks it straight into the breadbasket of Matty Samet, our interleague best on ground player. The kick goes half forward once again, but it's cut off by Riddell, with the mark taken across half back by Reece Lowry.
Riddell 1-1-7 currently lead the Burrows 2 behinds. We've ticked on 9 minutes gone here in this first term as the ball switched on the outer side. Believe to Dan Selberg. We know we've got Lockie Crosby screaming for the ball, former Gisborne player as well. Looks along centre wing and spots up Pete Robertson, the only goal scorer in this game to date. And Shawnee, most of the action has favoured the right of your dial for the opening couple of games, but pretty even balance at the moment.
Very good as the ball ends up at half forward now for Riddell. Got to have players at ground level as the ball just skates around on the floor. Going to hold it up. Umpire's going to call for it. He'll cross himself. We'll have a ball up 55 metres out from the Bombers' goal. They lead this game at the moment 1-1-7. Diggers Rest 2 behinds 2 points. We've played 11 minutes in the opening quarter.
And it's been about 10 minutes since the opening goal of the game as the Burrows look to switch across the outer side. Blade now for the Bombers. He'll pump the ball straight back up to half forward. Robertson couldn't quite take one that he should have taken there at centre half forward. Recovers well. Gets it to Paul Selberg. Spots up Harry Taylor, 45 out. And he's quick to get on with it. He almost toes it to the ground. It's still... Love him on Supercoach there because he found a teammate there. Beautiful work here from Reece Hannon. Spins out of traffic. Fogarty is on here. He's got a chance. He's got the opportunity to put the ball up forward. And a good mark, man, in front there in Breen.
Was indeed. Breen tried to play on, but just got taken by the jumper. Umpires giving a 50, quite rightly so. Look, unfortunately, Reece Lowry knew the intentions of what Breen wanted to do then. He wanted to take off and play on. Umpire hadn't blown the whistle as yet. Quite rightly, he said, come with me, boys. And he's going to probably shortchange Jimmy Breen a little bit on that 50. That's about 45, I'd reckon. But having said that, he's now going to line this one up from about 15 metres out directly in front ending.
Well, he should kick this. He's been the standout forward for the Burrows in the last few weeks, and he's pulled it out to the left.
You mozzed him beautifully there.
Well, it was a bit of should-haves and could-haves, and unfortunately he couldn't get the job done at the 12-minute mark here of this term as the margin's back to 4 points.
Round the grounds early in the piece, Wallen kicked the first 2 goals of the game against Rockbank. All tied up, 1 goal each, Lansfield and Kilmore. All tied up, 1-2-8 apiece, Melton and Macedon and Rupertswood 2-3-15. Leading Wood and Heskett yet to score.
Probably expect that result to continue on its merry way.
Nothing through from Sunbury Kangaroos and Broadford as yet on our live scores.
Perhaps suggests that it's a very close game, nothing on, no scores yet. As maybe a draw at that stage as Blade here across half back here for the Bombers tries to sidestep Craig Harvey.
Not a lot of air between those two.
Oh, maybe a blade or two if that, as he pumps the ball up the middle of the ground now as Thompson intervenes and finds a teammate who sends the ball long inside the forward line. Umpire says play on, and Matty Vandenberg, one of the star full forwards here in this competition, was taken high in the act of kicking, and the ball will go straight back to defensive 30 in the Burrows forward line.
The star full forward seems to be playing at full back today, as I was pretty sure that was a push out there. I was campaigning quite heavily for it, but Steady overruled me. That's why he's umpiring and I'm commentating.
That's why he's in closer than we are at the moment as Foreman takes a really good mark. I think it is Foreman or Paul Selberg. It's very hard.
If you say Foreman or Selberg, you're not too far wrong, because between Foreman and the 2 Selbergs, they knock up getting the footy.
Yeah, exactly. And we're 16 and 18.
Knock up getting the Sharon this year as well.
Exactly. Lovely footy as well to kick as the ball lands about 40 metres out lady. From the Burrows goal. Here's a chance here for Breen. Left foot kick around the body. He kicks the hard one.
Goal.
Puts the Burrows in front, 139 to Riddell, 117, 13 and a half minutes gone here in this explosive first term here on Highlands FM, 100.7 here at the ground. No one else around the Macedon Rangers outside this ground be able to hear us today.
They will when they hit the RDFL website on Monday morning, though.
Oh, they will love it. And it's interesting to see James Breen. He's been in top form already here for the Bombers. Oh, sorry, for the Burrows.
He has indeed. The last couple of times he's really given them a target when they've gone forward as well. So it'll be a match-up to watch throughout the day as Breen's starting to get his hands on some footy. So ball back in the centre of the ground. It's Karras taking on Craig Thompson in the ruck this time. Neither ruckman could really tap to advantage. Ball at ground level once again, and we'll have a secondary ball up.
Got some very good experienced umpires out there at the moment. We've got Nick Luke and Chris Stead. As Nick Luke goes bang, Krul pumps the ball forward there in the ruck contest there for Diggers. He spots up a teammate, and Joey Piccolo. He kicks around the body about 35 out from goal. Blade is front and square there for the Bombers. He'll look to send it across the outer side. That's towards Paul Selberg, wearing the number 13 Guernsey as opposed to his 16, which again makes commentating a very hard gig. He spots Geordie Taylor across defensive 45, brings the ball out towards the commentary wing. Here is Ethan Foreman. He's got plenty of real estate here. Left foot kick.
Good hit.
And he spots up Harry Taylor's found a bit of it, Shawnee.
He has indeed, and he finds Samet in the middle of the ground of the Anthony variety. So Samet between wing and half forward. Terrible kick in towards centre half forward. An uncontested mark taken by the Diggers Rest back line. They're taking their time now, just waiting for something to happen. There's not real lot to kick to, so they play on. Drive the ball deep. Clark's the target, makes up a lot of ground and just spills the mark at the last moment. Ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in, but a lot of ground made up by Lenny Clark in trying to get that footy.
Yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't for much reward in the end there as the ball is cannoned out of bounds, and umpire Chris Huey will throw this one in front of a big crowd here on the commentary wing as Karras brings it down towards Harry Taylor, up towards centre half forward. It's taken there by Thompson. He finds a teammate there hot on the run there in Tommy Evans. Instead of the 42, he's with the 21 this year as he looks out for Fogarty. He's got Blade hot on his hammer. Blade just loses his footing at the crucial stage. Fogarty left foot kick around the body. Spoil came there from Timmy Hill. Heads out towards the boundary line. Heads out towards Breen. Unfortunately goes through for a rush behind. Diggers Rest 1-4-10 lead. Riddell 1-1-7. 15 gone first term.
So the Bombers looking to bring the ball in now. Hill once again decides to go with the outrider this time and finds him. So it's Riddell taking their time. They're down on the scoreboard at the moment. They're 3 points behind. This time he goes straight up the line. Pack of players. Karras gave a good shove out in the back there. Umpire agrees with me this time and says that Matty Kroll can have a free kick.
Well, one of few decisions you might agree on today as Diggers Rest, they pump the ball forward. It'll land about 15 metres out from goal. Socket off the ground there from Joey Piccolo, and unfortunately goes through for a minor score there for Diggers Rest. 1-5-11 to 1-1-7, lead by 4 points, 16 gone.
Blade takes no time in bringing the ball back in and finds his teammate Ethan Foreman across half-back. Foreman goes straight along the wing, looks for Nolan, couldn't quite pick it up on the half volley. The ball goes over the boundary line for a boundary throw in as Jimmy Nolan just inquires to Jamie Alley about how his afternoon's been today.
I bet it was received quite well there.
It looked like there was a bit of menace on the face of Jimmy when he said it as well, as Diggers take the ball out of the ruck. Elliott gets slung around in the tackle. Umpire says he's thrown it. The free kick's going to go the way of the Bombers. So it'll be Harry Taylor. Take the kick from centre wing, kick in towards centre half forward. Really good mark taken that time by Ruffle, who just found separation at the right moment and marks the ball. Man on the mark stands 50 metres out from goal. A couple of players calling for it long. Nolan and Solberg calling for Ruffle just to give it an absolute hoof, which is what he does. It's going to fall short. Nolan's in the dangerous position. Had to fly from two behind. Goes off hands. Through for a minor score. Riddell 1-2-8. Diggers Rest at 1-5-11, approaching the 16-minute mark of this opening quarter in the RDFL match of the day.
Here on 100.7 Highlands FM here at the ground. We hope you're enjoying our company this afternoon as the kick comes up towards centre half, back towards Harvey. Unopposed. Looks to bring the ball out towards the commentary room. He's looking for Jamie Elliott. He's got Foreman hot on his hammer. Elliott settles.
This, of course, isn't the Jamie Elliott that coached Diggers Rest last year.
No, it's just probably handy footballer anyway. Very, very handy footballer is Jamie Elliott here of the number 44 varieties. He sends the ball out of bounds in front of the Riddell hierarchy, and umpire Chris Huey will get ready to toss this in again. It's only 3 points the margin here on Highlands FM. Only 2 goals kicked for this one, Shawnee.
So the ball thrown back in. Karras back of the pack, got first hands this time. Nice work by Crosby. Just brings himself out of some congestion. Now Riddell can go as Matty Samet takes the mark. Takes his time across half forward. Good smother that time by Jackson coming in from the side. Harvey, little handball to Thompson. Thompson, now they've got the run going here. Here's Paddy Jackson. Can run through the middle of the ground. Ugly looking kick towards centre half forward. Clark crashed the pack well. Joey Piccolo can have a running shot at goal. And he's just missed it, just off to the left for a minor score. 1-6 now. They're wasting their opportunities are Diggers Rest. They're 12. Riddell are 1-2-8. It's a 4-point lead as we approach time on in this first quarter.
But Joey Piccolo's been a very good sharp live wire already. He's only been on the ground for about 7 or 8 minutes, and he's kicked a couple of behinds as Riddell maintained possession across the outer side. Taylor of the Geordie variety spots up, I think that's Paul Selberg on the outer side. He takes a bounce. Diggers aren't going anywhere near him. He sends the ball up towards half forward. Diggers Rest recovering well. Good mark. And that was, I think that was Mick Kilty, who goes back with the flight of the ball here for the Burrows. Kick up towards the middle of the ground now. The Burrows looking to pick it up on the half volley on hands and knees there. Of course,
Good
that's
work.
Tommy Evans. He spots up a teammate. Beautifully. Ball up towards centre half forward. Just hits the legs there of Fogarty. Dishes it out to Reese Hannon. Back to Fogarty out of traffic. Back to Tyquin. Just come on the ground. Back to Fogarty. Right foot kick inside the forward 50. Which way it'll go? Through the arms of Breen. Socket through for a rush behind again. And another behind there for the Burrows.
Again, Riddell wasting no time in bringing the ball back out of the back line. They found Casson from the kick in who gave off. Now it's a bouncing ball towards half forward. Here's a chance for Diggers as Harvey gathers. Gives a couple of don't argues, then kicks in the direction of Clark, who takes a mark about probably 40 metres around from goal. He's marked it. He's on a pretty acute angle, though. as Diggers would love to get a goal here. They've had 8 scoring shots this quarter. They've got 1 major to show from it as Clark unloads with the right foot, kicks to the hot spot. Back in the pack, strong mark. Good work by Diggers Rest as Matty Kroll chimes in and takes a mark only about 15 metres out, as good as directly in front, Yandy.
Well, the Burrows, this will put them up for 9 of the last 11 scoring shots on the board after Riddell kicked the goal in the opening moments. And here's a chance for Diggers Rest to kick out to an 11-point margin, the biggest margin of the day. How's his goal kicking? He's pulled it away to the right. Well, the hearts of the Burrows. This could come back to pinch them, Shawnee.
It could be indeed. You can't give a side like Riddell this kind of start. They've really had the chance. They probably should be 4 or 5 goals up. They've dominated play and for most of this quarter, Diggers Rest. They haven't shown it on the scoreboard as yet, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens from here. As just waiting for the football to come back so Timmy Hill can deliver it back into play.
Well, Timmy Hill's been a great acquisition to this Bombers outfit in his first season, and he's delivering quite well.
Played senior footy, played in the grand final in the Ballarat Footy League last year for Sunbury, and was pretty handy on that day as well. After what was a fairy tale story, being selected for the grand final after unfortunately being the 23rd man and the last to miss the cup in the grand final the year before for Sunbury. The year, of course, that they broke a bit of a premiership drought.
Well, he's got a chance to play with a team that will be up there again this year as he clears the ball out towards half-back. Comes off the hands there of Taekwon Heritage. Dishes it out to Evans. Left foot kick inside the forward 50. Joey Piccolo shielded his eyes from the sun as Geordie Taylor takes an uncontested mark, defensive 30.
So Taylor switches play. Looks in the direction of Vandenberg out there, who takes the mark. Still inside his own defensive 50. Nolan's demanding the ball on centre wing. Vandenberg ends up going in that direction. Kick was terrible, though, and it was a short one marked by Matty Kroll. Riddell having some problems with their foot disposal today, Yendi.
Well, especially there from Vandenberg. Probably best suited up in the side of the forward line. Maybe something we don't know as Breen takes a great mark. This is going to be a very exciting contest to watch. Reece Lowry, one of the best backmen going around in this competition, and Breen. This will be an outstanding contest between the two. And Breen, he's on the right side for a left footer considering the angle.
So Breen lines it up, tries to go around the corner, kicks in play. There was a flying there. Umpire's called one, though. It's holding off the ball decision, going the way of the Bombers.
They'll look to take the ball across the outer side. Paul Salberg brings the ball to ground, recovers well. Defensive 30. It's the Burrows by 6 points. Ball up towards half back there for the Bombers. Players battling away, working hard. There was Thompson there, but the Bombers look to gather possession of the ball across the outer side. Kick up towards half forward towards Ruffy. Can't quite take the mark. Recovers well. Tries to knock it in favour of a teammate there. Mick Kilty just got the handball away, said umpire Nick Luke. As Evans again on the rebound there for the Burrows. Sends the ball up towards half forward. Over the head there of Thompson, but he's got time to settle if he can keep it in the field of play. He does so in front of Harry Taylor. Almost throws it out towards Taekwon. Taekwon will see a boundary throw, and we've just ticked on about 23 minutes.
Update from that game between the Sunbury Kangaroos and Broadford. Sunbury Kangaroos 2-5, leading Broadford 1 goal straight.
As Rucks will get set to go up here. The Burrows have really done very well in this term. Unfortunately, 9 scoring shots to 3 only produces a 5-point lead as Salberg of the Paul variety. He kicks the ball long out towards the commentary side. Guilty of the Brandon variety. Goes for the slips catch. Couldn't quite take the mark. We'll see a boundary throw in.
So the ball's still about 50 metres around from the Diggers Rest goal. Gone 25 minutes in, or 24 minutes, sorry, in this opening quarter, so there won't be a lot of time left on the clock. Bit of a ruck and maul. Paddy Carra somehow gets a kick out of there. Riddell had the runners, but not a clean possession that time for Samet. In the end, though, Riddell come out with it, bouncing footy and a holding free kick. Reece Hannon just had a grab of Daniel Salberg's jumper at the crucial moment then, and it'll be Salberg to take the free kick.
Here on the commentary wing, Reece Hannon, the man on the mark there for Diggers Rest. Thompson's got his name all over this. It was like a perfect pass. As he takes a mark, defensive 50, goes over the head of Piccolo, and then Paul Salberg again in the right position. Looks and finds Big Ruffy, who is probably a big certainty to put this through 40 metres out from goal. Looking to pass, but now he's going to settle.
It was the turnover that got Diggers Rest that time. Obviously, they've been so good at just laying back across half-back and sweeping and taking those uncontested marks. but the kick just overshot Joey Piccolo. Paul Salberg did the rest, and then the transition found Ruffle as the siren sounds. Kick goes on its way, and you called it a certainty, Indy, and it certainly did float through the middle. And at quarter time, it's all tied up here at the Riddells Creek Recreation Reserve. Riddell a 2-2-14, Diggers Rest 1-8-14. Probably not the way that we would have expected to, given the Diggers Rest had a lot of the footy in that opening quarter, Andy.
Well, that's exactly right there. And here, as we're getting ready to see a massive performance here from the Bombers here in this explosive second term. They're kicking to the right of Riddell as well as the Burrows. Remember, the Bombers have got some momentum after a Brian Ruffle goal on the siren, or just after the sirens. We'll see a ball up just to the left of the mightily painted circle, Shawnee.
Looking very good, of course, Indigenous round in the Riddell District Football Netball League this weekend as the ball's thrown up once again, and Paddy Karras gives it a good shove in the Riddell direction. Matty Samet just couldn't quite pick it up. Foreman does at the back of the pack, though, gives to Ant Samet. His handball, though, cut off by Kilty, who goes inside forward 50. Breen just overruns the footy. Now Lenny Clark just couldn't quite get the work done below the knees as he would have liked. Blade off half-back, finds Taylor, and Riddell are out of trouble.
Across half-back now, out of side again, where the player's probably favouring more as the game wears on. And he turns the ball over to Fogarty. Now, when we saw the Bombers play here against the Sunbury Kangaroos, the Bombers played a lot of good corridor footy. We haven't yet to see a side, but either side at the moment. Stick to that, Shawnee.
We haven't. As Diggers Rest come out towards centre wing, Heritage takes the mark, now runs towards centre half forward. Kick in the Clark direction, couldn't take the mark, ground level. Good work by the Burrows, but defensively Riddell are up to the task. Hill went in hard, couldn't quite come out with the footy at that ground level. Diggers wanted a free kick, umpire said not happening. Harvey gets it, nice hands back, little give, Hannon takes the mark. Diggers Rest have got the ball 50 metres out from their goal, probably a little bit just outside Reece Hannon's range, you reckon?
Well, the 2012 Scarborough medalist has enjoyed his opportunities playing at senior level.
His brother run right across the mark, but there was no penalty because the Riddell opponent didn't follow him. So Reece Hannon trots up to 50, gives it a hoof, but it's going to fall short. Clark's the man if he can grab it. He can't, though. Nolan played a little bit of aerial ping-pong for Riddell. Little handball, nice little smart one out the back there from Casson. Wasn't quite expecting it, was Matty Samet, though, and he gets taken to ground. We'll have a ball up 10 metres out from the Burrows' goal.
Well, they need a goal here, Diggers Rest. They've kicked a lot of points, which is costing them here as Geordie Taylor gets boots of ball there for Riddell. Kicks across the outer side. Freeth tried to meet it, but Paul Salberg got in his way. And now Robertson back towards Blade now. Handballs up towards the corridor. Diggers Rest intervene. Diggers Rest might very well get a timely goal here. Up towards Clark there and about 15 metres out from goal. And a free kick's been awarded and it'll go to the Burrows. Smack bang. Almost in front of goal there, Shawnee.
It will indeed. It looks like it's going to be Stevie Fogarty that's going to take the free kick. It is. So Fogarty's going to line this one up from almost point-blank range. Slight angle. We know goal kicking hasn't been the Burrows' strength today as Fogarty adds to those woes as well as he sprays one across the face. Through for one behind. They go to 1 goal, 9-15 Diggers Rest. They take the lead, though, as Riddell a 2-2-14. 3 minutes into this second quarter.
Well, leading by a very valuable point, quick around the grounds in the other Bendigo League. Gisborne 1 straight to Strathfield, say 2-1-13 over at Gardner as Jeff Heritage looks to jet set here, and the Burrows use a chain of handballs, but Tim Hill got in the way in the short sleeve. Oh, sorry, that was Pete Robertson there through the middle of the ground. He's battling away in the contest, knocks it forward, intervened there by Diggers Rest. Now Jeff Heritage switches it across the outer side towards Harvey. Ball about 70 metres out from goal, outer side, up towards left half forward. Big contest there from Breen. Big crunch there from Reece Lowry. Good courage there from the great man.
It was indeed, as Lowry's got options on the other side of the ground if he wants to switch. That's what he does. Goes in the direction of Matty Samet. Couldn't quite take the mark. He's got Matty Kroll there as well. Samet just puts the ball in front of him. Well done by Kroll to work him off the ball, and Kilty's going to get a free. Played for it a bit, but he's going to get the free kick. So to be Brandon Kilty, 55 metres out from goal, so he's probably kicking a half out. Wanted to play on and go with the short option. Now he does. Up towards Clark, who takes a fly but couldn't quite mark. Had 3 against him, and it's Riddell going to try and get themselves out of trouble. Couldn't do so yet. Salberg was the target. Good work by Jackson. Can run the ball inside forward 50. Low worm-burning kick, though. Had to go in and get his own footy. Well done by Salberg at the back of the pack. Run down from behind, and a free kick paid that time as well. Going the way of Diggers Rest. The player run down was Timmy Hill, and the free kick will go the way of Tom Evans.
Almost a bit of a crowd free kick as well, as they really roared into that one.
Didn't have much time to get rid of it then, Timmy Hill, I thought. I think Steady was a bit quick on the whistle.
Well, young Matt Bonecci there, who's...
I just want to bag steady.
There might be plenty more opportunities to come, although he spends a lot of time in the Ballarat League. Chris Stead as Tommy Evans, usually seeing him in the number 42. He's doing very well in the 21. Gets close to the man on the mark, but he kicks it straight through. That's a great goal. And we're getting the crowd behind us here today. And the Boroughs, they've finally broken their drought. That's their first goal since the 13-minute mark of the first term. They're now kicking away to, I think it's 2-9-21 to 2-2-14. And we're into the 5-minute mark of the second term.
Much needed goal for Diggers Rest. Breaks a string of 9 straight behinds and gets them a fairly handy 7-point advantage in this game. They've come out well, Diggers Rest.
They certainly have. They've shown strong intent from the outset, and fingers crossed they continue to keep up that intensity, because their inaccuracy in front of goal could cost them in the long run. It's important for them to keep up that form now.
They need to make hay while the sun shines at the moment, need to get themselves going, as I think there's going to be a blood rule here. There is indeed one of the Diggers Rest players coming off under the blood rule. Joey Piccolo looks like he's going to be inserted back into the fray, as
Dylan
looks like it might be Dylan Hannon that's coming off the ground, as Mondo Piccolo comes back on, and Steady, being ever officious as he is, just tells him, sorry son, you've got to come through the interchange, you can't just come on the ground like that.
Bit of over officiating there perhaps, Shawnee.
Just floggish behaviour. So the ball back into the centre of the ground. Everybody's in their spot. Joey Piccolo just gets out of the middle of the ground before he gets pinged. And the ball's thrown up. Krull won the tap that time. Karras going a little bit early in the ruck. Diggers Rest trying to work their way out. Now they do, but there's going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of the Boroughs.
And Tommy Evans in the thick of the action there with Ethan Foreman. A little bit of...
just introducing themselves to each other.
Well, they didn't play interleague together.
No. So it's, how are you? My name's Tom. I'm Ethan. Nice to meet you.
Then they'll get on with it. I don't know if they wouldn't have had much to do with each other in grand final day as well. So I get ready to restart proceedings here. Boroughs, as a Brandon Kilty, number 32, very elusive up at half forward when he gets his opportunity.
Good tackle.
Just got his handball away. Krull gets in there for Diggers Rest. He tries to take on the tackler, and he's penalised holding the ball.
Could have gone either way, because the tackle wasn't great. It looked to get him a little bit high, but in the end, probably common sense wore out, and Riddell have got the free kick.
Well, Ben Ferrari effected the tackle, and he shepherded pretty viciously off the ball there as Paul Selberg sends the ball inside the forward line for Riddell. Handball there from Ruffle. Out to Nolan inside the forward 50. No one there. And now it looks like the Boroughs will set to raffle it here through Jackson. Kicks the ball up towards centre wing. Over the head here of Foreman. Here's a chance here for Reese Hannon. He's got some support there if he wants it. Bang! He's hit by the Big Mac truck there of Matty Vandenberg, who kicks off the ground now. It's gathered there by Jackson, holding the ball. Gone!
Has to be consistency. Good consistent call then by the umpire. Didn't have a heck of a lot of time to get rid of it. They've been paying that all day. And the way that this game's gone, that free kick was very much there.
8 minutes gone here, second term. Riddell 2-2-14. Diggers Rest 2-9-21. Ball up towards half forward for Riddell. They gather possession now through Foreman. He sends the ball along. He's looking for a target. They're in Big Ruffy. And he's set to kick his second goal. And this is probably his bread and butter, Shawnee.
You'd imagine so. If any forward worth their salt, this is their bread and butter, lining up from 20 metres or 25 metres out on a very slight angle. And this brings the game back to a 1-point kick, of course, if you can kick it, as Ruffle starts his approach now. And, geez, we're giving people the mods today, because he sprayed it off to the left, through for one behind. Every time we talk up a close result or talk up that it should be a bread and butter kick, it's gone off by the wayside. And it's Riddell 2 goals 3-15, trailing Diggers Rest 2 goals 9-21 in the grand final rematch here at the Riddles Creek Recreation Reserve. And we've played 8 minutes in this opening quarter.
Quick around the grounds in the AFL. Melbourne 4-4-28, trail Port Adelaide 7-4-46, but the D's are coming back into the contest after trailing by a greater margin. And Strathfield say 4-1-25, lead Gisborne 1 goal straight. Kyneton 3-2-20, lead Kangaroo Flat 3 behinds to keep all the locals here. The Macedon Rangers folk up to date. There's a big booming kick up towards half back. Brandon Kilty went for the fly. As we'll see Andrew throw in Shawnee.
Update scores from around RDFL ground. Sunbury Kangaroos 3-6-24 leading Broadford 1-1-7. Rockbank 3-6-24 against Wallen 3-3-21. Lansfield and Kilmore only a point separates them with Lansfield in front. Melton Central 17 points clear of Macedon, and Rupo 4-5. Woodend Heskett yet to score.
Ball inside the forward 50 now for Riddell. About 35 metres out from goal. Umpire calls play on. We'll see a ball up. How have you seen the 3-umpire system work so far, Shawnee?
It's worked pretty good. Obviously, they've all looked after their different zones. They're consistent is the main thing. They've got the message going consistently, especially with the holding the ball calls.
Considering the explosive tackles that we've seen as Diggers Rest clear the ball up towards centre half back. Joey Piccolo just got a handball away at the crucial stage. A kick up towards centre wing towards Matt Vandenberg. It was a hold. And he'll win the free kick for Riddell right in front of the scoreboard that has Riddell 2-3-15, trail 2-9-21.
Andrew Tyquin have set to come onto the ground. Just showed some interesting kind of work on his right arm as he walked past there. It almost looked like some jailhouse tat kind of stuff.
Might go with his hairstyle too, Shawnee. It's
with the mop.
Yep, they're the old-fashioned mop as the ball's buried inside the forward 50. We'll see a ball up around about 35 metres out from goal. Of course, you can only catch this game here today due to a few technical hiccups. Live on 100.7 FM right at this very ground only. As the ball in hot possession there for Mick Kilty there for Diggers Rest. Good spoil came from behind there from Lockie Crosby. And he sends the ball out of bounds. We'll see another boundary throw in 32 metres out from goal.
32 metres. Got the protractor out for that one nicely, Andy. Good work indeed.
Well, it's all guesswork as Strathfield say kick away to a 25-point lead against Gisborne in the Bendigo League. As the ball comes up towards centre half back, big contest. I think it was Pete Robertson who was underneath it there for Riddell. Ball about 45 out from goal, and we'll see another ball up.
Or will we? No, it's a free kick going the way of the Bombers.
Well, you're first in for the ball, and the umpire will look after you every time. And that'll...
It's going to be Hill. It is, he's at the wrong end of the ground, but given the fact that there's nobody within 80 metres of Diggers Rest goal at the moment, it doesn't surprise me.
This is a great man, Hayden Ross, who pulls the trigger from 52 metres out from goal, lands in the goal square, comes off the hand there of some Burrows. Bombers there through Ruffle, goes with the right foot, checks side, get around him. RDFL.org.au, catch that this week on the highlight reel. No doubt that'll be on the instant slow-mo replay at the 12-minute mark here of the second term. And the Bombers have levelled the scores with that beautiful goal there from big Brian Ruffle.
Great goal by Ruffle. Just weighed up his options nicely. And on a day when it's been hard to kick what's seemingly the easiest of goals, Ruffle's kicked one from the boundary line and made it look very, very easy as he becomes the first multiple goal kicker in today's game.
Well, he's very, very capable of that. He's played more up forward this year as he was a leading goal kicker for Lansfield in a premiership year back in 2009. As Harvey here for Diggers Rest sends the ball up towards half forward towards Clark. Misses his hands. There's Timmy Hill there. Dishes it out towards Paul Salberg. Goes by hand to big Matty Vandenberg across centre half back. He is absolutely crunched. Diggers Rest now through Tyquin. 40 metres out from goal. Goes on his left. He sold some candy and kicked a ripper. He took it from the kids. That is like jail robbery there. Fantastic performance there from Tyquin.
Was indeed great work by Andy Tyquin, and in the end it was the defensive pressure inside their forward line that got Diggers Rest that goal. Lenny Clark's been a ripper today. He's really contesting every time the ball comes down, and if he's not marking it, he's bringing it to ground. Diggers Rest need to start realising that, and the Joey Piccolos, the Tyquins, those kind of guys need to start getting at Lenny Clark's feet because he's bringing it down in front of him every time at centre half forward if he's not marking it, and there's goals to be had if the Crummers can get there.
Well, believe it or not, the Burrows they're at a 66% goal kicking ratio this term. They've kicked 2 goals, 1 as the ball comes out towards Hannon here at on centre wing. We dished that up and holding the ball. It's 3-3.
Just took too long to get rid of it.
Well, have to get past Big Dave Bruno as Foreman sends the ball up towards centre half forward. Nolan went with the one-hand juke. Ball lands about 35 metres out from goal. Too high. Free kick and advantage here for Diggers Rest as they'll bring the ball out towards Harvey here on the commentary side. They've got a chance for some run. They've got the big fella here. I think this might be a big Kroll. Goes in board to Tyquin. The mop is winning plenty of it now. Left foot kick up towards Lenny Clark who waits for the ball to bounce 50 metres out from goal. Goes over the top now to Big Kroll. Dishes it out to Tyquin. Goes on his left foot kick towards the goal square. Over the back. And it's still in the field of play. In fact, free kick for a hold. It'll go to the Bombers. Or in the back.
Interesting. I thought there may have been a push out as well. Probably the Diggers Rest forwards probably just overselling the contact a little bit. In the end, Riddell bring it out with a dicey kick out of full back. Taylor's good enough to get a handball off. Now they come towards commentary side wing where Ethan Foreman takes a mark. Kicks the ball up the line, looking for Matty Samet. Second in line, takes the mark. Plays on. Here's Big Bruno. Gives back to Samet. Samet now goes in the middle of the ground. Here's where Paulie Salberg's dangerous. The dust kicks up behind him as he shows a clean set of heels. Takes a second bounce. Runs to 55 out. Has a bomb at goals. Paul Salberg has kicked an absolute ripper as the Bombers get their mojo back. And they move to 4 goals, 3-27. Diggers Rest at 3-9-27. It's all tied up here at the Riddles Creek Recreation Reserve. Halfway stages of this second quarter.
I was Betty's watching Chris Petroro last week, the road runner, when he had a couple of bounces and sent the ball through the high diddle. I think that emulated that success to perfection. You just had a feeling once he got to 55, that was only going over the umpire, Troy Cusack's head, smack bang in the middle. And we're seeing a bit of goal-for-goal action here in this term. As well, pretty much Diggers Rest, Riddell, Diggers Rest, Riddell. It's all squared up now, Shawnee.
It is indeed, as the ball's back in the middle. Bruno just brings the ball down nicely. Couldn't quite get it to advantage, though. Robertson goes in with the second effort. Couldn't quite get it extracted out. Now Bruno's doing the big, heavy, muscling kind of stuff, but couldn't extract it. We're going to have another secondary bounce right in the middle of the Indigenous flag, painted in the middle of Riddles Creek Recreation Reserve.
Rucks go up. Bruno wins it down again to Robertson, who came through. Kick smothered now. Out towards Harvey. Highlands FM, Henry Guana. Oh, doesn't that get your blood boiling with excitement?
But that one a fair way out. You could just see the way that he was presenting, that he wasn't stopping the big man then. And he's taken the nice mark. It's good that he took it on the chest. He's had a bit of problem taking him in the hands today. He can line this one out. He'll probably kick this from right on the 50.
And it was beautifully set up there from Craig Harvey, who is a chance for the Hangawk Winery Player of the Day. As Clark pulls the trigger, it's home! His teammates get around him, and goal for goal continues here at Riddell Reserve. Diggers Rest 4-9-33 to Riddell 4-3-27. 5 goals after seeing just 3 goals in that explosive first term. But really, since that point, Brian Ruffle kicked a goal and it set the trend since, Shawnee.
It has indeed. It's been a very good game of football in the second quarter. There's some really good skills being shown from both sides, and starting to get very exciting. Diggers Rest with that 6-point lead now, and it literally is a 6-behind lead. They, of course, had that inaccuracy in the first quarter, kicking 1 goal late, but since then, 3 goals from 4 scoring shots.
Well, Rucks will go up again. Thompson wins it down to ground, but Paul Salberg sharks it here for the Bombers. He switches across the outer side.
Great hit. And
big crows to the chance of the crowd. Left foot kick up towards half forward, up towards Nolan. Good spoil came there from Ryan. Good opportunity there for, I think it's Pete Robertson there from the boundary line. Oh, what a ripper! This continues. This is just one of the most amazing performances we've seen from either side. This is a good footy to watch.
Has been indeed. In the last 2.5 minutes, we've had 3 goals as Robertson kicks his second and ties the score back up for Riddell. It's Diggers Rest 4-9-33. Riddell a 5-3-33. Now, great game of football here on Highlands FM 100.7.
And just a little bit of history here for you, the Shawnee. We've had Riddell, Diggers Rest, Riddell, Diggers Rest from the very first goal.
For goal.
For the entire day. 9 goals have been kicked, and it's been goal for goal. We've never seen anything like it here on Highlands FM. As Kilty, can he send the ball long for a quick reply? He's looking for Breen. And Lowry takes a good mark 30 metres out from goal, Shawnee.
So it is Reece Lowry. Hasn't really got much moving for him up forward. Big Bruno's ambling towards the wing now. But he's got Lenny Clark hot on his hammer. He's going to have to come up the line now. Tries the shorter one to find Ethan Foreman, but the footy just eludes him, gets him on that really weird kind of bounce, and goes off hands and over the boundary line right in front of Sean Sims and the Diggers Rest coaching staff.
Simsy obviously not in the game today. Good to see Brent Tuckey as the runner. Unfortunately, won't be donning the colours next week if from all reports are true, as Harvey throws his body over the ball. And good to see Matty Samet, just a bit of an apology there to the Diggers Rest.
A bit of my bad.
As he sends the ball up towards half forward.
Hit. Craig Harvey has been ultra impressive in this game so far. He kept Diggers Rest in it in the first quarter when they were struggling a little bit to find the sticks, and then just his work in and under in this second quarter has been absolutely sublime, and he's the reason why Diggers Rest are in a very good position against the undefeated reigning premiers.
Well, this is to keep the trend alive, Shawnee. This is exactly what we need from Breen. Left foot kick on its way. It's number 1 with a bullet. That's through.
You're kidding.
Oh, That is just gone over Dave Bruno. Good shepherding there. And goal for goal continues here at Riddell Creek Reserve. It's 5-9-39 to 5-3-33. That's right. It has been Riddell Diggers Rest from the very first goal. 10 goals. We have not seen either team go back to back.
If Bruno wasn't taken down in the goal square, then that ball would have nearly decapitated him. It was like a tracer bullet heading right at him. But in the end, it got the job done, and Jimmy Breen kicks his second goal for the day to bring Diggers Rest back out with that 6-point margin.
Well, we've seen 7 goals kicked for the term in about 20 minutes. 7 goals, 2 to be exact. As Rucks will go up again. Chance here for Harry Taylor. He's penalised, holding the ball. Free kick to the Burrows, and this could be a chance to end the run of goals. There's Joey Piccolo. He'll send the ball up towards centre half forward. Lenny Clark again. Very strong hand, Shawnee.
The Dukes are starting to work for Clark as he goes inside forward 50 and finds Tyquin all on his lonesome. Man on the mark standing 43 metres from goal.
Now, if Tyquin goes back and kicks this, I reckon there'll be a few statisticians out and the crowd will be filthy because they're enjoying this goal-for-goal bonanza. This is to go for back-to-back goals for the first time for either side today. And the Mop, who, as Shawnee said, some very interesting tats. He pulls the trigger from 45. He's ended the run of goal for goals as Tyquin kicks his second of the afternoon. And they're kicking away now to a 12-point lead, the highest margin of the day, 6-9, 45 to 5-3, 33. And we're at the 22nd minute mark here on the second term.
Andy Tyquin's second goal since coming onto the fray at the 10-minute mark of this quarter, and he's been good across half forward. He's been a bit of a live wire, and I suppose he's that kind of player where he's not a tall and he's not a small. He's that probably 6'1", really good half forward flanker who can give his sides a real lift both in the air and on the ground, and he's done that so far this quarter, kicking 2 and breaking the goal-by-goal streak.
Yeah, exactly. We as umpire Matt Benucci assesses Craig Harvey for a little bit of claret, as Harvey has been at the bottom of a lot of packs so far this afternoon. Clark went up, ball hit the ground. Ross, who's been very quiet this afternoon. Timmy Hill, the other long sleeve jumper star. Turn the ball over now as Piccolo picks it up at half forward after the boot of Harvey. He sends the ball up towards half forward again. Geordie Taylor goes back by hand towards Paul Selberg. Handball's in board to Cam Casson. Defensive 45. Runs up towards the centre square. Just got away there from Kroll. Up towards centre wing commentary side. Blade shovels it out to himself. Falls over at the crucial stage. He's swamped by some Burrow, Shawnee.
He is indeed as Diggers Rest go inside forward 50. Breen, great mark. Nice one-out kind of stuff by Jimmy Breen then. Had a defender hanging off him and still managed to corral the football, and he'll kick from 48 metres out. Chance for his third goal of the day.
Well, the form guide would not have suggested this at all, Shawnee. The form guide had all the punters getting behind Riddell for a convincing victory, taking nothing away from Diggers Rest, but they have really stepped it up to play, and this is for an 18-point lead to stun the home crowd. He ends a streak of 7 straight goals. That's through for a minor score.
So it is Riddell 5-3-33. Diggers Rest go out to 6-10-46 with that. They've broken those goal-kicking yips that they had in the first quarter, and it's starting to come more on a level pegging term as Riddell looking to bring the ball back in. Again, they spread from the huddle. Goes in the direction of Big Paddy Karras. Ball just overcooks him, but Ethan Foreman ready to run at the back of the pack. Just needs to corral the ball. Now he does. Little handball over. Had a teammate in support. Now another one as Nick Ash that was. Farmed the handball out that time to Crosby. Crosby tried to sell some candy. Got sideswiped on the way through by Lenny Clark. Going to be a free kick downfield, and quite rightly so.
Yep, it was definitely there, and the Diggers Rest player committed to the act of the crunch. And now, big, bad, bustling Brian Ruffle. Big Ruffy will have a chance at his third to become the leading goal kicker on the ground, Shawnee.
Much needed goal for Riddell as well. Diggers Rest just starting to get away from them. As Ruffle comes in now, kicks from just outside the 50. High arcing looking stuff. Goal umpire does not move as Brian Ruffle kicks his third for the day and the 6th for the Bombers. They go to 6-3-39. Diggers Rest to 6 goals, 10-46. We're well and truly in the time-on period of this second quarter, a quarter where we've seen 9 goals kicked across both sides. Chris Yeen.
Well, that's exactly what we love seeing here on Highlands FM. Just 3 goals kicked for that first term. The goals have really started to come out. We've seen some really good attacking football from both sides, but most importantly what we've seen, Shawnee, is we have seen good quality corridor footy. Of course, that is the shortest way to home.
Certainly is indeed. As the ball's back in the centre of the ground now. 6-3 Riddell, 6-10 Diggers Rest. 7-point lead to the Boroughs. As Karras jumped early, Lenny Clark's been moved into the ruck now, and he ended up getting first hands on that ruck contest. Ball going nowhere since. It's a scrum of about 8 players around it. Throw a blanket over them. So in the end, we're going to have a ball up.
Just left of the beautifully painted circle for Indigenous round here in the AFL, and a free kick for a hold. It'll go to Diggers Rest. And a big Lenny Clark.
He accentuated contact well, just the way that he kicked his legs up in the air. I think Paddy just wanted to give him a bit of a cuddle. He's a lovable scamp, Lenny Clark. So Paddy just thought, I'll just lean in for a cuddle here, and didn't quite work in his favour.
Right in front of the umpire as Clark sends the ball up towards left half forward. Larry came down with the spoil front and square there with the Bombers there in Paul Selberg across the outer side. Probably the best for the Bombers as he spots up Karras beautifully to Lockie Crosby. Rarely sighted so far this afternoon. Almost shins it out towards Blade. 65 out from goal. Gets it out to Crows. Pulls the trigger. 50 metres out from goal. Jimmy Nolan. Good mark in the goal square.
The Jimmy Nolan shake and bake in the goal square that time. Had his name all over that footy. And he's going to kick this to bring the Bombers back within a single point.
Well, he had a sort of a quiet first half last week in the interleague action as he goes bang. And now there's no doubt that he's got the capabilities of breaking the second for wide open. And the goal scoring bonanza continues again as we've ticked on 26 minutes. And we've had something like 10 goals kicked for the term.
And do you know what the key to that goal was? It was after Paddy Karras gave the free kick away, he read the play down the field 2 kicks behind really well, and he moved himself over towards the scoreboard so he's in position for that transition kick. He got it there, he marked uncontested, he was able to give the little give, and Riddell were away after that. Well done, Paddy Karras. Turned a negative into a positive and ended up getting Riddell back to within a point.
We're looking for a new ball here as the margin's back to a point, as Shawnee said, and back-to-back goals for the Bombers for the first time today, 45-46, just ticked on 27.5 minutes.
Riddell looking for new footies. They can buy them from the RDFL shop during the week. Just give Toby Boyle a call at the office. We'll be able to sort them out for you, 97405021.
Yeah, good plug there, Shorty. As Elliott sends the ball up towards half forward. Big contest. Ash came down with a spoil there for the Bombers. Gathered by Paul Selberg to Ash. Out to Foreman. Right foot kick along the boundary line. Brandon Kilty marks on centre wing.
I got the wing from the RDFL's Director of Finance when I said that as well, trying to make as much money as we can.
Oh, well, maybe he'll buy a footy as well.
Wouldn't have thought.
As the ball goes up towards half forward. Breen was taken out of the contest. Nudge fairly, said the umpire, as players throwing their bodies on the ball at half forward here for Diggers Rest. Breen's thrown off the ball there. Karras throws the ball onto his boot up towards the middle of the ground. Big contest here. Gathered here for the Bombers there. Sorry, for the Boroughs as they look to send the ball across the outer side. Sluggett goes by a hand. Handball straight into trouble. That was Blade, a Bowen medalist from 2009. Ball about 70 metres out from goal. Samet of the map variety wraps up Sluggett. We'll see a ball up quick around the grounds in the Bendigo League. Quarter time over at Gisborne. Gisborne 3-2-20. Trail Strathfield say 7-1-43. And Kangaroo Flat 3-8-26. Lead Kangaroo Kyneton 3-3-21.
Karras got the tap down for Riddell, but the ball straight back down at ground level. Going to be a free kick going the way of the Bombers here. Just a little bit sloppy that time. Coming in was Nathan Pinder for Diggers Rest. And now Solberg can precision a kick inside forward 50. Jimmy Nolan couldn't just quite get to stick in the Dukes, but the ground level ball's there as it's on the way from Foreman in towards Blade, but good defensive play by Diggers Rest just to concede the behind and tie the scores up once again. 7-4-46 Riddell, 6-10-46 Diggers Rest in the shadows of the halftime siren here in the grand final rematch.
Well, we're around the 29-minute mark, which is just phenomenal. One of the longest quarters we've seen for the year, but considering we've
10
had
goals kicked in the quarter,
you can't really blame that being a fact, and we've lost the ball at the same time.
We have. Gary Stevens is actually just heading out on the road to try and look for that footy. He might resell that.
He probably will. He'll resell that back to the Bombers. As that's the siren here on Highlands FM and Shawnee. it's half time.
It is indeed 7-4 46 Riddell, 6-10 46 Diggers Rest. After a 10-goal quarter, we still can't split both of these sides on the scoreboard in what has been a fantastic quarter of football. Goal kickers for Riddell, Brian Ruffle has 3, 2 to Peter Robinson and singles to Paul Solberg and Jimmy Nolan. For Diggers Rest, 2 each to Tyquin and Breen and singles to Clark and Tommy Evans.
Oh, we'll be back. We'll have a quick music break, and we'll be back with more right after this here on 100.7 Highlands FM. Bit of Powderfinger just to fire you up.